Hi everybody. Today I'm here with my animal friends. And right over my shoulder I have a crow. And the first thing I'd like to do is sing you a song about crows. But this is a Scottish song and they speak a little differently than we do. And this song is going to be about 3 craws. See if you can follow along with me as I use my fingers to make numbers, and be cold like this, and see if you can do some motions with me like flying when I do. 3 craws sat upon a wall, sat upon a wall, sat upon a wall. 3 craws sat upon a wall on a cold and frosty morning. The first craw was greeting for his ma, greeting for his ma, greeting for his ma. The first craw was greeting for his ma on a cold and frosty morning. The second craw up and flew a-wah, up and flew a-wah, up and flew a-wah. The second craw up and flew a-wah on a cold and frosty morning. The third craw was not there at all, was not there at all, was not there at all. The third craw was not there at all on a cold and frosty morning. And the reason I sang that song is because it's getting cold. And all the woodland animals are getting ready for winter. The trees have lost their leaves and they've settled down and gone to sleep. And nothing is growing anymore. So the animals are getting ready to go to sleep in the forest and go to sleep in their favorite places where they like to live and sleep. But first, they have to eat a lot of food so that they can get nice and fat and not be hungry while they're sleeping. They are going to have their Thanksgiving dinner too. So let's see how these animals get ready for winter. First of all, there's Mr. Rabbit. And Mr. Rabbit, we all know what rabbits like. What do rabbits like for their dinner? They like carrots. Rabbits are known for liking carrots, aren't they? Yum, yum, yum. And rabbits also, they get in, to Mr. McGregor's garden, and they get into your garden and they eat the lettuce, and they like greens. They like green leaves, and they like to nibble the green leaves in your garden. So Mr. Rabbit is getting very fat, and he's trying to eat lots of carrots so he can go to sleep in a little hole in the ground. That's where he's going to go to sleep. And Mr. Squirrel, even in the city, we have some squirrels in our yard, and they're always running around. And what are squirrels always looking for? Squirrels are always looking for nuts, and they especially like acorns. They especially like acorns that are a small kind of nut. And then they just like all kinds of nuts. They also like corn. And this is Mr. Squirrel. He's going to go live in a tree somewhere in a hole. And he's going to settle down for the winter. And then we have Mr. Skunk. And Mr. Skunk, what do skunks do? Skunks are black and white, and if you get too close to them, they might spray you with some horrible, smelly stuff. And skunks also, sometimes they dig up people's lawns because they like grubs. And those are fat little worms that live in the lawn, fat little worm-like bugs. Skunks also like garbage. And sometimes a skunk will live under a porch or under some steps near a garbage pail where he can get at some garbage before the winter comes. Then we have Mr. Froggy. Mr. Froggy, who lives in the pond. Do you know where frogs go to sleep? Frogs go to sleep down in the bottom of the pond. And in the summer, frogs eat a lot of flies and bugs and mosquitoes. And so the froggies are busy picking up the last of the bugs to get ready to bury themselves in the bottom of the pond. And here we have a little hedgehog who's related to a groundhog. This little hedgehog lives sort of in a stone wall or around there, and he likes berries. There are lots of different kinds of berries that grow on bushes in the spring, in the summer, and they get ripe in the fall. And Mr. Groundhog likes to find berries. Mr. Hedgehog. He's a little different from a groundhog who lives down in the ground and also gets into your garden. And then we have Mr. Fox. And Mr. Fox is known for being very sly. Well, foxes are a little bit different from all these other animals because they're not vegetarians. They are meat eaters. And you have to watch out because the fox might eat the squirrel or the rabbit. So you have to watch out. And foxes live in a den. They make themselves a little den under the ground or under a rock, a small cave, maybe under a porch somewhere, and they curl up for the winter there. And then, last of all, we have Mr. Bear. And we had the story about Mr. Bear and how he goes to sleep in a cave. And this is Mr. Bear. And what do bears like to eat? We know that bears like honey, only they go to a tree and get it right from the source. And who makes honey? Do bees make honey? Bears also like something else. They like fish. And they love to catch salmon in the river. So Mr. Bear is busy eating honey and fish, and also bears like people food. In fact, quite a few of these animals like people food, and they'll try to come into your house or into your campsite and eat some food. So Mr. Bear is eating a lot of food to get ready for winter, and then he's going to go to his cave and fall asleep in a cozy den. And this is Mr. Raccoon, and Mr. Raccoon also likes to get into garbage. And he likes fruit and vegetables too. And now I'm going to sing you a song about winter is a-coming and all the animals. And I need your help. I need you to be the cold wind. And this is how this song goes. Winter is a-comin', hear the cold wind blow. And this is where I need your help. Whoo, whoo. And you can be a whooshy wind every time I sing that. Whoo. Soon there will be snow. Mr. Rabbit, I hope that you have a cozy place to be in the winter. And you can think of the favorite foods that you like to eat, and you can think of all the animals sleeping in their special houses. And happy cozy time to you.